All right, man. What about a week and a half into real practices? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good spirits. You know what I mean? Just happy to be out there again. It's been a while since I've been
Yeah.
out there. So, you know what I mean? I'm just happy, grateful, taking everything in. You know what I mean? I enjoy being out there with the guys and, you know what I mean? Just trying to be better every day. You know what I mean? You got to work on the little things. So, that's about it.
Yeah, last time we talked to you, you're doing some of the conditioning stuff, but hadn't had a chance to get on the field.
Yeah.
What's that been like, that transition? I know you've kind of been around and been at all sorts of different levels, but what's it like being out here now and getting on those pads?
Man, it's kind of like riding a bike. You know what I mean? I had my times at Florida when I was on the field and stuff. So, you know, it just comes natural. You know, after repetition after repetition after repetition, you kind of get the swing of it. You know, you start playing towards the defense. You know, things start becoming easier. Workouts, you know what I mean? Get routine. You know, you just kind of get in that swing of things. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm at a real comfortable level with what I'm doing.
What about getting out of your stance and coming off that line? I mean, you had to shake off any rust those first couple series, or
Yeah. You know what I mean? Just getting used to Division One cadence, you know, running backs shipping you out the backfield, you know, getting cut, those type of things, better skill set from linemen. Those are the things that you have to get used to, you know what I mean, through time. And so far, you know, at first it was a little shaky, but now, you know, like I said, I'm in the swing of things and I'm out there competing, you know, I went to the top for him, you know what I mean? There's still a lot for me to learn, a lot for me to critique on my own self, but as far as my mentally, you know what I mean, playing fast out there, I feel like I'm starting to pick it up a lot faster than expected.
yeah, they're having you run that buck position. Have you ever been anything like that before?
Yeah. I was moved around a lot at Florida. I played Buck, Sam, and Andover at Florida. Stood up over at City College. I played all through my high school career. I played true linebacker, so it's not unusual for me to be standing up. You know what I mean, and taking on some linebacker responsibility.
Does that play into your strengths? I mean, kind of what you do better?
Roughly, yeah. I mean, I would say so. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm versatile enough to do it, and it's always been something I feel like I'm the linebacker's mind and the DN's body. So, you know, with that said, it kind of comes natural just to be up and kind of see things, you know, go on, but as well play the technique of playing a hybrid defensive end linebacker, which are true skills to that position.
You're kind of known for you're kind of expected to be able to get after the quarterback and get off that edge. What about against the run? How are you against that?
Same way I am against the quarterback, man. I don't want to, you know what I mean, discredit anyone, but I feel like I am, you know what I mean, a complete football player. I'm not just a pass rusher by any means. I treat the run the same way. I'm willing to hit anybody in the mouth, and I don't care who it is. You know what I mean? That's just exactly how I feel. So, same way I feel about getting sacks, the same way I feel about tackles for loss. So.
What about going against the backfield? Like in practice, you're going against Tony and James Sims. I mean, those are maybe two of the best backs in the.
Thunder and lightning. That's
Yeah.
all it is, you know
I
what
mean, you ever been against guys like that? I mean, that's going to set you up pretty good for a Big 12 play, I imagine.
Yeah, you know, we had a couple of good backs. You called Jeff Dempsey, Chris Rainey, you know, over at Florida, and then we had Mac Brown, who was in our class, a pretty big back. So, you know, Mike Gillisley, you know, as well. I've played against some pretty good backs before, so you know what I mean?
How do those two stack up against those guys?
Oh, man, you know I got to ride with my boys, so you know what I mean? Man, I'm out here, and every time I see him, you know what I mean, they work hard. Ball in Tony's hand or balls in James' hand, they going to make a play. You know, so I can't say no more. We'll see in fall how they do. That's what really matters.
Through all these journeys you've kind of been through over the last few years and all these different places you've been, how does it feel to get out there in a place you've settled in and with the coaching staff that you like and getting those pads on?
It's relieving. It's the biggest thing, man. It's just relieving to get out, you know what I mean, and play football. Just let everything else go and just play football. And that's the biggest thing to me. It takes a monkey off my back, man. You know, everyone's been waiting. Can he get through? Can he get through a program? Can he see? You know what I mean? Can I show some solidarity somewhere? And me being out here is just the first steps, you know what I mean? But so far, it's just been a breath of fresh air, is what I want to say, basically. So.
Kind of looking back on some of the stuff you've done before and then kind of some of the things that you say now, the chances we've got to talk to you, seem like more of a mature guy now than you maybe were in the past. Are you having more fun now that you've kind of grown up a little bit and kind of more focused, I guess? Is that safe to say?
Fun. It's always been fun, but more or less now got to a business for me. You know, like I realized I got 2 years, and I ain't got time to waste. I ain't got time to mess around. You know what I mean? I gotta get it now. So I ain't got time to be to have fun per se. But, you know what I mean? Winning, playing football, that's fun. So as long as we winning, as long as I'm playing football, it's all good by me. It's all fun.
I think having that mentality, you can kind of rub off on your teammates a little bit too.
Yeah.
Maybe it helps kind of lead by example kind of thing.
Yeah. By no means will I ever dub myself a vocal leader. You know what I mean? I'm just a leader by what I do. Every now and then I might snap. You know what I mean? But that's just something that happens. But I'm more of a person who, you know what I mean? I'm a lead by what I do on the field. You know what I mean? And if it calls for it, I'll speak up. But most of the time I like to just, you know what I mean, lay back and more or less let my play, you know what I mean? Let somebody say, okay, Chris busting his ass, well, let me get on his level too. So
Cool.
that's the type of thing I'd rather have.
They ever have to? I mean, having all this time to kind of build to this moment. Do you ever have to, like in practice out there? Do you ever have to dial it down a little bit to keep from going too much? I mean, I imagine that kind of builds up on you after a while. I mean,
Nah, I'd say probably the first day when we went live. You know, that was kind of like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm back in this, you know? And the first couple plays was like, all right, let's wake up. You got your, I was out of breath and all that, you know what I mean? It was just exciting to be back there, man. I'm really just grateful. And it was kind of like a thrilling experience, you know what I mean? It was surreal to be back out there on the field, starting, you know what I mean, playing the position that I love, doing something I love. You know what I mean? Just how far I've come from it, it only makes you want to, you know what I mean, just push yourself that much harder to see how much and how far I can go in this.